please join me in offering a warm welcome to Mike Carey.
So, I'm Mike. I used to live here, and I'm emceeing tonight. Is this the right height? Okay. So, this is my first time telling a story here. I was alone on my honeymoon. Been about 45 minutes, and was just lying back looking at the sun or the overcast sky. It was getting dark. It was starting to get really cold. It was about 20 degrees and getting colder, and it was really windy. I was on the snow and was waiting for the ski patrol to come, and it turned out that I broke my right leg in 5 places, and ended up that I had a cast up to my knee. And I pride myself in being a very private person, and being someone that I think that I'm really independent, and a lot of what I do is because of that independence, and all of a sudden it was gone. We had a small apartment on the second floor of a building with a really tiny bathroom, such that my cast up to my knee, I couldn't close the door when I was on the toilet. I couldn't drive, it was my right leg. And when my wife started a new job in Orono a week later, I couldn't live alone. So I moved in with my parents during the 3 or 4 days that she was at work. And about a week after that, the second semester of law school started, and I really understood what pain was. And I had a sense from the ski patrol and the ambulance driver and the doctor, and wow, you have a really high pain threshold. And I used to be a endurance athlete, so that was, well, that's great, that's really, but like real pain and like when you read something and you understand every word that you're reading, and you get to the period and you don't have any idea what you just read. And that's a problem in law school. So, and in your second semester, you really don't yet understand what it means to be a student. And so I needed to be in Augusta and in Portland, in the same day. So I could get from one to the other, either from Leeds or Lewiston, depending on where I started. And I could get home, but I couldn't get between them easily. So I'd either rely on people or rely on my parents to take time out of their day to drive 3 hours round trip to pick me up and bring me and drop me off. So it was really humbling. And I'm sitting in class one day, listening to a lecture that I don't really understand, about a case that I didn't understand. And I get a text from the Speaker of the House. Well, that's really odd. It's 10:30. It's, session should have started. And I look, and she's wondering whether I'm going to come and debate my bill since it's not going well. And I'm just, I don't know. So I pull up the video and I can see it. I can see everybody debating. I have a sense of, I've worked it hard, so I know kind of what they're saying, and I know that based on who's talking, it's not going well because the people that I wanted to talk aren't talking, because I'm not talking probably. So a little bit after that, I got a Facebook message from somebody who was just an acquaintance who just sent me this link, and I was like, well, it's kind of weird, and it was a Cosmo link, and I'm like, why did he send me this? So the 7 politicians I most want to see shirtless. So I looked through it, I'm like, how did he know I knew that guy? I knew that guy too. I'm the last guy. I was mortified. And so I'm just thinking, well, thank God, at least it's just the internet. So the next day, I got picked up by 2 friends of mine, colleagues, and I'm telling the story and just how just vulnerable and just I hate it. And Peggy just, oh God, that sounds so bad. And Margaret just, she thinks it's so funny. It's just, I was like, no, Margaret, you don't understand. So that afternoon, I get a call from Mark Laflamme. Mark Laflamme's a reporter from the paper. And so I didn't call him back, because I figure if I don't call him back, there's no story. And then I started getting text messages from friends of mine. Oh, I got this call from the paper. You'll love the quote that I gave. And I'm just, oh, man. So I'm thinking, my wife's working in Orono, and she's going to come home, and my number's publicly available, and there's going to be a story about me in the paper suggesting I'm available because I'm on Cosmo. And I'm like, that's not what I need. So I call and I give a quote, and it's I want to put in it's on my honeymoon because I'm not available. But it just really, it was awful. My mother-in-law called, I can't believe they did this to you. How can you do this? And I'm like, and they know that you're married. And I'm like, I did that. So the next day I'm driving up again with Peggy and Margaret. And Peggy, oh, Mike, I'm so sorry. That's so bad. And Margaret just, I can't believe it. They didn't even put half the stuff that I said about you, but thank God they ran the story.